Also die RBB zeigt uns alle nochmal, wie unsere Demokratie funktioniert. That's right, people. Another scandal for the RBB here in Germany, part of the öffentlich-rechtliche Rundfunk, which means that they're part of the basically state propaganda media organ in the country. And they've had a lot of scandals, as far as I know. I don't know about all of them. I know about this current one. All of the other ones I don't know much about, but apparently they've been involved in scandal after scandal after scandal, which they can afford. I'll tell you why in just a second. Guys, it's Monday, the 24th of March, 2025. It's now about 12:30 p.m. here in Germany, and this is the Insanity Report for today, where we've got another lesson in our democracy. See, in America, they know that from the Democrats, right? In America, you guys hear our democracy from the left and the Democrats, and we hear the same thing here from the left and the Greens and all of the people that pretend to be like conservative but really aren't. They're also on the left. Essentially, the left has now made it that everything that isn't left isn't democratic. That's all right-wing Nazi propaganda craziness. If you want to be democratic, if you want to be part of unsere Demokratie, our democracy, you have to be on the left. Otherwise, you're not in that club. They have redefined the definition of democracy. And when they say unsere Demokratie, they mean unsere Bürokratie. That's what they mean. Just like in America with the Democrats on the left, if you switch the word democracy, if you're bureaucracy, that's what they mean. It's the same story worldwide. It's the left's playbook. It's pretty easy to understand and follow once you get it, right? So in Germany, we have for people that don't live here and don't live in Europe, this is going to sound completely bananas, but okay, I'm going to explain it to you guys. I know my German viewers know what I'm talking about already. Sorry for this segue into explaining to the people in actual free countries what this means, right? In Germany, we have an öffentlich-rechtliche Rundfunk, which means like it's the state propaganda media arm. They have television channels. They do put out some, I don't know, I guess talk shows and news, supposed news, but it's basically state propaganda. It's Pravda. It's propaganda. And the reason why it's state propaganda is because it is funded by the state. Now, they like to say that, well, it's not actually funded by the state because it's not a tax. It's a so-called Abgabe, which is basically a tax, right? It's not classified as a tax, but they make the citizens of the country pay, I think right now it's $18 a month to fund this state propaganda media, these state propaganda media stations. And the RBB is one of these state propaganda media stations. And the RBB and all these state propaganda media stations and organizations swear up and down, as do the politicians, that there is no influence by the politics in what they put out. No, people, that's crazy. That's not how democracy works. We don't influence them. Well, I mean, they are the hand that feeds them, right? Because we have to pay that money at the point of a gun to the state, and the state gives them billions of our money to be able to force propaganda down the people's throat. And they have reached a new high point, or a low point, depending on how you see it. But they've reached a new point in our democracy, right? So what they've done, the RBB, what they've done is they have hired two people to the tune of more than 150,000 euro a month. Sorry, not a month. More than 150,000 euro a year. Both of them earn more than 150,000 euro a year on our taxpayer dime, and they only work like 3 days a week, right? So for a 3-day-a-week contract, these motherfuckers are earning like 4 times what regular people earn working 40 plus hours a week, right? I mean, that's crazy, right? And these are going to be, I don't know what position they're getting, and I also don't know their names. It doesn't matter, right? What matters, I'm going to tell you in a second. So both of these people are getting hired by the RBB. Now, the RBB came out not pretty recently and said, we want to save 20 million bucks. We want to cut 20 million bucks from our budget and save it. And then instead of doing that, they hire 2 people that's going to cost them 300,000 bucks a year, right? On our money. So our money is being stolen from us at the point of a gun by the government. It's not classified as a tax. They just like get it through the back door kind of, and then they fund these state propaganda media stations, right? And now that state propaganda media station that swore up and down they wanted to save 20 million bucks is now hiring 2 people for top positions. I don't know what positions they're getting. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters, I'm going to tell you in a second. So hired them for top positions, obviously with that kind of money for 3 days a week. Very crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's insane. And those people, both of them, are basically tied to the government, right? So one of them used to be the Regierungssprecher, which I think is what would be considered the press secretary in America, for the CDU, which is the party that won the elections, whose leader now wants to be chancellor, right? So wait a second. So this person was the press secretary for the CDU, for Angela Merkel, for a very, very long time, right? And now she's getting hired at the propaganda media station, right? Who says they're not propaganda, who says they report objectively, and they have no way are tied to the government. No way is the government influencing them in any way. No. But they're putting a party loyalist who worked for the government for 16 years or something, a very long time, in a position of great power at the station that's supposed to be objective and neutral and blah, 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 as a high position at this station. It's almost hard for me to explain it because it's so insane and so crazy. Now, to Americans, it shouldn't be that crazy because it's the same thing for you guys. Just quick analogy. It's the same thing. America's done this for decades. All of these countries that are run by the left or have been run by the left do these kind of undemocratic things and then call it our democracy, right? All of them do. America has done that for decades, right? Maybe that'll change under Trump. I'm hoping it will. I think it probably will. But what they've done, like with Jen Psaki, the first press secretary for Biden before Karine Jean-Pierre came along, right? She left the Biden administration as the press secretary for the White House, right? And then she went into a top position at MSNBC as a reporter, a so-called neutral journalist, whatever, right? Whatever. That's crazy. Now, the woman that's going into the RBB, she was the Regierungssprecher for the CDU, with the CDU as the party that wants to be chancellor. And so it's just a coincidence that now that the CDU is losing their ass because they're basically laying it all open for their counterparts to rape them in the coalition negotiations, right? It's crazy. They're getting raped, right? They're getting raped. And they like it. They like it. They're not trying to push back at all. Friedrich Merz loves it, right? And this lady is now going to be in a top position at one of the propaganda media stations for the country. That's pretty crazy. And the other guy that got hired is also ties to the government, right? Also CDU ties to the government, a government loyalist. And these are the people that are now getting top positions on our dime for only 3 days a week of work in the government state propaganda media stations. That's crazy. People, please tell me, somebody out there, right? Somebody out there in Germany that's German, please write me and justify this, okay? Tell me how this is democratic. Look, a lefty can do it, right? A Green Party person can do it. If you're watching this, please explain to me how this is democratic. How the organizations that are supposed to be the watchdog of the politicians, right? They're supposed to be reporting on their missteps, their lies. They're supposed to be critical journalists about politics, right? About the politicians. That's basically their job. That's why they're like they're like the fourth arm, the fourth branch, right? They're the watchdogs. How can the watchdogs that are being led by party loyalists, right, who are put in place conveniently right now when the CDU desperately needs a spin doctor to make this shit that they're trying to do in the coalition forming justify to the people, they need somebody who's going to spin their shit. And suddenly, to the rescue comes Ulrike or Ursula something. I don't know what her name is. Doesn't matter. Suddenly they come to the rescue. And again, they want to go to the public and go, no, guys, no. No, man, come on. Conspiracy theorists, crazies, right-wing nutjobs, people that think we're trying to influence. You know what I'm saying? No, that's crazy. There's no political influence here, guys. Come on. I mean, how do you even think that way? It's bananas. How many German people are still falling for this shit, right? How many people are falling for this? It is bananas. All right, it's bananas. It's bananas when America does it. It's crazy. There, it's the same kind of thing. You work for the Food and Drug Administration, for example, as a regulator. So your job at the government, the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, is to make sure that the medicines that the pharma companies are putting out are safe, healthy, and effective, right? And that's your job. And if you see, based on tests or studies or whatever, that a certain medicine is not safe or effective, then you say to the drug companies, no, you cannot put that on the market. Sorry, you can't do that. No, instead of that, those people just rubber stamp and wave by everything the pharma companies do, because at the end of their career with the government, they get to have a giant paid position at one of the pharma companies. That's insane. It's just as insane as insider trading by the Congress people or the senators. That's just as crazy. That shit is still going on in America. It's going to be stopped, hopefully, with Trump and the administration. We think so. We hope so. But it should be stopped everywhere. The fact that this is happening in Germany is absolutely crazy, especially since I've got German people all around me constantly saying, oh, but this is a democracy. We are, at least we're still better off than in Congo or in Senegal. I mean, it is a democracy. No, it fucking isn't. No, it isn't. There's so many things that prove that Germany is not a democracy. It's their democracy. It's a bureaucracy. It's a soft, totalitarian, oligarchic bureaucracy. That's what Germany is, right? Soft, totalitarian, oligarchic bureaucracy. Democracy is not alive in Germany currently. We hope to bring it back. Hopefully we can. Hopefully the German people make better choices next time the elections come around. As you see, elections have serious consequences. Next time, better luck for you all, right? Anyhow, that's already crazy, right? The second crazy thing that I have to talk about today, I'm going to try to make it short for you guys, is that Friedrich Merz was on TV and he basically was waving the white flag. He's like, look, if we don't get this coalition together, guys, my political career is over. And I can live with that because I'm old enough. So wait a minute. I can live with that? Hang on, dude. You went out there and campaigned to be the chancellor of this country. 28 million people gave you their vote because they believed in you. Then the first thing you do is stab them in the back, fuck them in the ass, rape them, and kick them in the gutter, right? And after that, you say, look, if that raping and kicking in the ass shit I did to y'all voters didn't work to get me into a position that I want to be in, and all my bending over and letting myself get butt banged, you know what I mean, doesn't result in me becoming the chancellor of the country, I'm just going to quit. If I don't get my way, I'm just going to quit. I'm old enough. I can live with it. I've got a great pension built up after all these years of kissing the right asses in this position that I've been in. And now, I don't get what I want, I'm just going to quit, guys. Sorry. I'm glad you voted for me. Thanks for your support, right? But actually, fuck y'all. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Because if it doesn't go the way I want, I'm done. I'm done. What? This guy is the biggest loser I've ever seen in politics. I'm sorry. This is the weakest, most spineless, horrible piece of shit I've ever seen in politics. The guy should be ashamed of himself that he does not think about ending his own life after being such a traitor to what he supposedly stands for is amazing to me. That he can live with himself, look himself in the mirror. He's a disgusting human being. Sorry. He does not deserve to be the chancellor. He shouldn't be anywhere close to chancellor power. He basically just waved the white towel at the opposition of his, which is the SPD right now, the party that he wants to form a coalition with, right? And he's basically saying to the SPD, guys, if you guys, you know, want, I'll just quit and just give it all to you. You know what I mean? I'm doing that anyway, but at least I get the gift of being chancellor if I do everything you guys want and let you fuck me 6 ways from Sunday. And that includes fucking my voters 6 ways from Sunday. I'll let you do that, right? But if after that, after raping me completely and plundering me completely, you still won't let me be chancellor, then I'll just quit and I'll just give it all to you. That's Friedrich Merz. That's crazy, guys. I'm sorry. That's absolutely unfucking acceptable. And again, I'm going to say it again. If anybody ever votes for these parties again, the CDU, it would surprise me. It really would. How much torture do you people want? How much do you want to be fucked over by your politicians in this country? I don't know, but it's a lot. You guys are willing to take a lot. I'm telling you, fucking, it's amazing. So there you go. There you go. Unsere Demokratie works like this, people. The fucking state propaganda media hires party apparatchiks to put in place in high positions of power in order to be able to spin doctor the CDU's bullshit, right, to the people. And this Friedrich Merz, the leader who won the election, says, well, if I don't get what I want, or if it doesn't work for me, then I'll just quit. I'll give it to the guys who nobody wants to be in power, which is the SPD. That's crazy. He's basically throwing the whole of the country under the fucking bus. 28 million people voted for this guy and his party, and he's basically just telling them to go fuck themselves. What a horrible piece of shit this guy is. Absolutely. Get this guy away from power as soon as you guys can. Really, that's my advice. All right. So guys, it is, if you want to get all my stuff directly in your inbox as soon as it's published, that includes the articles I write and every video, because nothing gets censored or banned there, then subscribe to my Substack at it'sallaboutlogic.substack.com. That's it'sallaboutlogic.substack.com. Subscribe there for free, or support me with $5 a month. That would be great. I'd appreciate that. And then you will get everything that I do, all my content delivered directly to your email once it's published. Guys, have a great day. All you can do is laugh about it, guys, really. Right now, you can either cry and laugh. I choose to laugh. It is a crazy time to be alive. But really, these people are absolutely, they've gone rogue. They've gone rogue. The only thing that can help this country now are the courts. Hopefully they'll do something. If the courts don't step in, then it's up to the next election. Hopefully the next election will be for the AFD and total power, because otherwise this country is basically doomed. Take it easy, guys. Have fun.